What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Worlds Week, and this is episode 5, and this is where I'm going to go over the World Championship information. As you see here, there's a website dedicated to it. It's Pokemon.com/us/playpokemon. I'll have the link down below. It's pretty long, but you can click it down below if you want to read more about it. Some general stuff to know is it's located in Boston. Obviously, it's through Friday through Sunday. You can win more than 500,000 in scholarship awards, which is more than 4 times awarded in 2014. There's a location. It's an invitational only event, but there is other, events going on that you don't have to invite for. So let's go over some more stuff here. There's a TCG event info. This is secured invitation. As you see, different countries have different championship points. US, Canada have 300. Europe has 300. Latin America 200, Asian Pacific 200, and South Africa 200. And here's like how you can get a day 2 invite. So in Worlds this year, there's like a day 1 and a day 2. You get a day 1 just by getting the general amount of points, but to get the guaranteed day 2, you have to do so great day 1 or get top 16 players from US and Canada, top 22 from Europe, top 8 from Latin America, and top 8 from Asia Pacific. They all get a guarantee to day 2, which is pretty cool there. And it says here, as of July 13th, there was 594 Masters, 352 Seniors, and 294 Junior Division players qualified to participate in the World Championship. These numbers do not include Japan or South Korea. Their invite structure is kind of weird. It's like big tournaments can get you into day 2. I'm not 100% sure. There's not a lot of information about the Japanese or South Korea structure that we know about. But of all these players who are qualified from Worlds, 54 players from each A division will qualify for day 2, with the remaining players coming from Japan and South Korea to reach 64 total. Day 2 players required each stage division, which is pretty nice there. Tournament structure. It's a run of 3 phases over 3 days. The number of Swiss rounds will depend on the attendance. Even though there's so many people attending, people can't make it because of money reasons. Especially since, if they're over a different country, it's kind of hard to fly over here and get a hotel and all this stuff. It is quite expensive here. There will not be an LCQ this year, last chance for qualifiers. They got away with that and kind of make it like the day 1, which is a little bit different that we really haven't seen before. So let's see here. The goal for day 2 of the World Championship is to have half the day 2 players advancing from day 1. That means compared to with previous years, the number of players who advance to day 2 will be much higher than the number of players who qualify for Worlds via the LCQ, which is pretty nice there. The minimum number of Swiss rounds will be based on the starting attendance at the beginning of Friday's events. Closer to the tournament, we'll be able to determine the final number of Swiss needed to advance about 64 players from each A division to day 2. And this is because Thursdays, that you have to actually register there. You have to check into Pokemon, and once they do that, they can see how many people are going to actually attend to the tournament. All players with Friday's invitations will play Swiss rounds. Player with the required number of match points based upon this number of Swiss rounds will advance to day 2. So here's some match points you can get. I guess this is how they're breaking it down. So if there's 8 rounds, 18. So you can win 6 games. You can go 6-2 and get your invite that way. If there's 9 rounds, you have to go 21 points. So 7-2. So I mean, it looks like it's going to be like X and 2 to actually get your day 2 invite, which is kind of hard, but it should be interesting to see how it works out. Saturday, Swiss rounds players who earned a day 2 invite and players who advanced from Friday. There will be new tournament match records from Friday will not carry over, and players are not required to use the same deck that they played on Friday. So for Friday and Saturday, you can switch decks if you want to. I wouldn't see why you would, unless you had like a really secret deck day 2 that you don't want people to know about. But why wouldn't you play that day 1 if to guarantee the day 2? It's kind of weird if you didn't do that. Players must have an active Pokemon count. If there's a problem with your championship points, blah, blah, blah. A lot of information you don't have to really worry about. So we'll skip VG events because we're not really care about the VG. We'll go to prizes here. So as you see here, top 32 finishes in each of the 3 age divisions receive the following scholarship awards. First gets $25,000. Second gets $15,000. Third and fourth get $7,500. Fifth through 8 get $5,000. 9 through 16 get $2,500, and 17 32nd get $1,500. So again, 32nd gives you $1,500, which is very nice. And there's other stuff that you can get here. First and fourth get a trophy. a travel award for the winner and parent or legal guardian to the 2016 World Championship, 2 boxes of each of the most current Pokemon TCG expansions for the year. So you get like 2 boxes of Age of Origins, whatever comes out in the winter, spring, and then the summertime. Factory seal sets of the 4 most recent expansions. So you get a full complete set of the past year. And 5th through 32nd gets 2 boxes of Ancient Origins, is what I guess, because it says in the most current TCG expansion. I would hope they would give that away since it's started coming out here. And we go down to video games. Nobody really cares about those. So next up, you can get a Sharpedo here with its stone, with its Mega Stone, if you care about that. Level 50, Adamant, Speed Boost, has Sharpedo Knight. And knows these moves and has the event ribbon. I don't really know much about the VGC at all. So there's 2014 champions, and I don't really care about that. We'll go to VIPs, and here you can meet some of the main people from Pokemon. You can meet the President and Chief Executive Officer, Ishari. I'm not sure how to say his first name. There's Junichi Masudo. I know it's Masudo. He's the director of Game Freak, basically the people who run Pokemon. Shigeru Omoro, he is another game director. The biggest one to me is definitely Junichi. That's the name that always sticks out here. I guess Shinichi Ishara. No, I'm like butchering his name. I haven't heard about him, but he's been here since 1995, so I don't know where I've been. But next up is the Boston Open. So if you don't have your invite, you can actually play in basically a regionals. The Boston Open is going to be a huge side event for Pokemon TCG and VGC players starting Saturday, alongside the 2015 World Championship. A lot is on the line, with 2 players earning championship points to earn an invitation to the 2016 World Championship. Top finishers will also earn Pokemon TCG booster packs. The competition is played with the standard formats, blah blah blah. Competitors will be grouped into 4 flights based on age division, based on the 2016 season's regulations. Each was up to 128 Masters, 64 Seniors, or 64 Junior players. So each of those fights for Master could be 128 people. It's like 500 something is, I think it's 500 something. Maybe it's 4 something. I can't remember the total right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6. It must be like 4 something. But either way, top players from each fight will combine to play a single elimination round on Sunday morning. The championship points distribution will be the same as regional championships event. It will count towards the regional's best finished limit. So here, as you see, it counts towards the regionals, and it's kind of cool that it's going to be a giant regionals where you can play with so many different people from different countries, which I really like a lot. Anyone can play in the Boston Open, but demand will be high and space is limited. Players must register on site to participate in the competition. Registration will be available from 9:30 to 10:30 Saturday for video game, and 7 p.m. Friday, and 8:30 to 9 Saturday for the TCG event. For more information, you can click these 2 links, and you can learn more about it. So let's go to the event schedule. Just in case you don't know, Thursday, retail hours 4 to 8 p.m. Check-in 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. This is already passed. It is Friday now. So here's Friday, the main stuff here. Opening ceremonies at 9 a.m. The championship begins at 9:30. Side events begin at 10 a.m. And retail hours are from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So if you want to buy your World's merchandise, you can go there to the stores. The lines are going to be pretty long. They're usually long every year. You have to get there pretty early, like 7 or 8 in the morning, even though it opens at 10 a.m. If you don't, the wait's like 2 to 3 hours. I've witnessed it multiple times, and the lines just go forever long, and they might run out of stuff before you even get to the shop. So Saturday, the World Championship play continues. This is for the day 2 and people who advance. Side events begin at 9 a.m. Retail hours 10 to 6. By Saturday, most of their stuff should be gone. They'll have very limited stuff, and if they do, it's like stuff that's not big, like maybe like the playmats and stuff and shirts will already be gone. Don't quote me on that, but that's usually what I see happens. And this Sunday, the TCG final begins at 9 a.m. Side events begin at 9 a.m. Retail hours 10 to 5. VGC, or VG final match, begins at 2, and the closing ceremony begins at 5 p.m. So that's the events all right here. And next up is, let's go to TCG. Oh, clicked the wrong link. There we go. And here you can see all about this stuff, all the events that are going on. As you see, there's so many different things going on here. You know, you got Saturday, you got Sunday, you got Friday. And then Welcome to Worlds, 128 player cup, single play game, cost 2 tickets. This is like, so up here you'll see all these little links you can click. If you go down, they tell you about it. There's going to be a Welcome to Worlds, 64/128 expanded tournaments. There's a winner's bag tournament. So basically you could win a welcome bag that the competitors get from making it 2 Worlds, which is pretty nice. The Boston Open, 512. There we go. I knew it was 500 something. I just couldn't do the math in my head. But it's 512, 256 juniors and seniors. And as you see, first place get a Worlds playmat, 6 booster boxes. Second gets a World playmat and 4 booster boxes. Third for fourth get a playmat, 3 booster boxes. Fifth through 8 get a playmat, 2 booster boxes. 9 through 16 junior, senior Worlds and booster box. 9 through 32nd Masters get a Worlds playmat and booster box. So if you're Masters, you make 32nd or top 32, you get a playmat and a booster box. So just playmats are going to be worth like $40 to $50 at, you know, when everything dies down and everybody stops selling like crazy. And 64 Ancient Origins booster draft, 8 players drafts. Okay, so they have a lot of events going here. So even if you're not competing in Worlds, you can still have some fun at the Worlds. Just in case you're not there this year, maybe go next year. And here's the big thing here: the live streaming schedule. Now, if you're watching this, you're obviously probably not at the Boston or not at the Worlds Championship, and you need to learn more about it. So let's go over it. We have the live stream scheduled, and it's hosted by Josh Wittenkeller, or Jay Witts, Jose Rijano of Crims from the Top Cut, Dylan Mayo, I think it's Exobytes, if I remember correctly. He's one of the Pokemon's like people. I don't really know much about him. And the Kyle Puka Sukovic from the Top Cut. So very big names here: Kyle, Josh, Jose, and Dylan. Not so much. And I know Justin Flynn. I've seen him on Jay Witts' stuff, and everybody else I really don't know for VGC. But Josh, Crims, and Puka are probably the biggest names here. So on Friday we had the opening ceremony at 9, the video game at 9:30, TCG at 3 p.m. So TCG starting a little bit later, but video games go so quickly. I mean, I think the rounds are like 15 minutes long, while Pokemon's are like 50 to an hour. So they'll finish up fairly quickly and then get the TCG started. I imagine the TCG won't end till like 8 or 9 at night. So you'll see like 5 to 6 hours of TCG, which is nice. Saturday, TCG starts at 9 a.m. Then they cut to Pokemon video game at 12. And they go back to TCG at 6 p.m. As you see, it's going to be a long event. Once again, day 2, I mean, it might end at 9 or 10. So you get another 3 to 4 hours of watching TCG stuff from some of the best players in the game. Especially at 6 p.m. By then, they're going to have the day 2 invitees who, you know, are like 6-1. They're really high up. They're playing. You're seeing some of the best games going on there, which would be really nice to watch. And this Sunday, August 23rd, which is the last day, 9 a.m. the TCG finals, and you see the VGC doesn't start till 3 p.m. So a long time before VGC starts, and of course the closing ceremony is at 5 p.m. And that's pretty much everything you need to know about Worlds. Once again, the website up below will be down below in the description if you want to click it. If you missed something, if you want to learn more about the events that are happening, the event schedule is something to look at. If you want to learn more about it, or not the event schedule, the side events of TCG. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. You can see how fun Worlds is. Even if you're not a competitor, you can go up there, go to the retail store, buy some of the Worlds merchandise. You can play in some of the tournaments, but just not the World Championship. But even then, you have opportunity to play against some of the best Pokemon players in the game. And I guess you get a Sharpedo if you like the VGC stuff, and even see it's pretty nice to watch it there because they have like a super big screen TV. It's like a projector kind of deal. And they'll have like the TCG and VGC going on, so you can watch all that stuff live, and it's cool to watch that stuff. It's just, I mean, and you can hang out with friends all day. You can meet people from around the world, and I really do like Worlds. So if you had the opportunity to go next year, and you're not there this year, try to plan for it. But I mean, I do understand money is a problem for some people. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something new about the World Championship, and I hope you have a great day at day 1 if you are watching this. And hopefully good luck to everybody, and have a great day already. Bye.